Hey guys, so we are officially in the second half of the year and it's time to level up on those goals. The goals that we set at the beginning of the year, in January, all the things that we wanted to do. It's time to level up and just make it happen. The first step for me right now in leveling up for this second half of the year is to reflect back on the goals that I set at the start of the year and just do like an overall inventory of where I'm at, how things are going, and all of those things. So I don't know about you guys, but at the start of the year, I always write out my goals. I come up with what it is that I want to accomplish for the year. And a lot of times I usually do that at the tail end of the previous year, right before January. So the end of December, I usually go in and do all of my goal setting. So for me, I like to start off by writing out my goals, and I write them out in my notebooks, and then I take that and I create my vision board. So vision boards for me are so great at coming up with my goals, setting my goals for the year, and it's a way that I can visually look at it every day, whether it be on my wall, because I usually place my vision board on my wall, or my screensaver on my phone. But that's always like my strategy of setting up my goals for the year. So when I do my vision boards, this year I created two. So I did like a traditional vision board, but then I also did a vision board kit this year as well. So I found that the kit was very helpful because I usually write out my goals in categories, and so the kit that I used was structured that way, so it was in categories. So when I create my goals for the year, I think that a great start is to figure out what are the categories that are most important to you in your life, because everybody's is different. You may have different areas of focus that you want to focus in on for the year. So for me, I love to do like family, spiritual, life, self-help, self-care, and of course like mommy life, career, finance, health, love. So those are just some of the different categories that you can focus in on. When I start this leveling up that I'm gonna do right now for the second half of the year, I would like to take time to focus in on all of the goals that I set and just to see how I'm doing so far. So just reflecting back on some of the things, I'm not going to go over everything line by line, but overall professionally, I think that I am doing really great. I'm on track with my goals at the middle of this year and the midpoint. One of the goals that I had was to rebrand my company, and I definitely did that. I redesigned my website. I just gave a basic overall refresh of the look and feel, and I came up with some key social pieces just to put out there for the launch, reintroducing myself, reintroducing my services and what I do. I updated my portfolio with all of my latest and best work from different clients that I've serviced throughout the years. I have a couple of other businesses too. Of course, my YouTube, SuVon Creates, and then I have my fine arts company, Artistic Expressions Gallery. So the CompuArt website and the rebranding and the launch has been done, but I do want to redesign the websites for those other two areas of focus. So those are going to be carried into the second half of the year. I definitely wanted to gain new clients, so I have done that. The rebrand was very effective. It was a great move, and I have been doing some interviews. I did like a television interview and just really getting out, going to networking events, connecting and reconnecting with contacts and business owners. And so far things have been going very well. I have been doing some amazing projects, and I've been working with some great companies and doing some really exciting work. So I think that I am definitely on track there, and I want to just continue to gain more clients, continue to make those connections. Another area, you know, just some little like smaller goals within that big goal was like to have a photo shoot where I could take some updated headshots and photos for my company. So I did do that, and I just wanted to do the whole package, the whole branding and everything. So I definitely followed through on those goals. And I also wanted to work fully remote, and I have been doing that for a while, but I still had to go in a lot for meetings and things with my previous role. So now that I've left that role, I'm definitely fully remote, doing work from home and just meeting with clients and kind of working on my terms, my schedule. And you know, I'm really excited about that. And I definitely have still been busy. Like, I didn't know how things would go, but I'm busy every day, all day. There's still so much to do, but I feel, you know, like I'm in charge of my schedule and my time. So I think that as far as business and finances, I'm doing really well, and I am on track. Some of the goals that I would like to focus in on in that area for the second half of the year is, like I said, just to continue to network and gain new clients. So I have a couple of trips lined up to attend some conferences. I have some contacts that I need to connect with, and I want to go ahead and just complete those other websites for my other companies and just do as much as I can to get out there and make those connections. And that is going to be a big focus of mine for this second half of the year. And I also have a lot of goals for my home life and my mommy life and dealing with my son. And so I think that I have been doing really well. We are in summer now, and we've been having so many fun activities. So I love to make sure that my son is very just filled with activities. I love to stimulate his mind, make sure that he's learning academically, and then also making sure that he has a lot of extracurricular activities, exposing him to new and different things, making sure that he spends time with family and friends. So we have done some great things this summer. We went on a camping trip a couple of weeks ago for the first time with family. We're taking swim lessons, and so my son is taking swim lessons, which he's done since he was like 3, and I don't know how to swim. And so a major accomplishment that I have tackled within this first half of the year over the past few weeks is that I started swim lessons with him. So he was taking his swim lessons, and his teacher and him convinced me that I should go in and take some lessons with him. So she's teaching both of us, and those type of things are so exciting and motivating for me, because just learning new things, and that was some goals that I set in, you know, the start of the year for myself, is just to make sure that I am always learning, growing, educating myself, not even just for my job and career, but as a person, as an individual, learning and growing. So major accomplishment is that I have started swim lessons, and I hope that I can continue that within the second half of the year. Some other things is, you know, just making sure that my household is run smoothly, and making sure that I am keeping my home, you know, just peaceful and clean. And that is hard for me sometimes, as far as like laundry, which I've mentioned on this channel before. So just making sure that I, you know, get into a routine of keeping things organized and tidy. And it's always great, like when people come to my home, everybody is like, oh my God, it's so nice. Like, it's just not even like it's just so nice of the way it looks, but the way it feels. Like, one of my girlfriends came over last night because I was babysitting her daughter, and she's like, it's just so peaceful in here and so nice. Like, I could just lay on the floor and just go to sleep. Like I feel so relaxed, and it's so calming and peaceful here. So that was so great to hear, because that is definitely a goal always of mine, is to just have a peaceful home, a peaceful environment for myself and my son, where we just love to, you know, relax and come home and feel comfortable and secure and comfortable and all of those things. So I just want to continue that on in the second half of the year. One thing that has kind of thrown me off in the past couple of weeks is that my washer went out. And so I was just so happy with the goals that I set, that I was in a position where I could replace it, you know, and I didn't have to worry about just, you know, the finances or the credit and the this to try to get a new one. And so I have a new one being delivered tomorrow, and I can kind of get caught up with my laundry and things. And it might sound trivial, but those are the kind of things that, you know, I'm happy about, that I'm in a position where I can just take care of things like when fires come up, or, you know, emergencies with being a homeowner, that I can take care of that. So I'm very thankful and blessed for that. So another just very important area of my life, of course, is my faith. And I had so many goals set for this year as far as faith goes. Definitely continuing to pray and meditate and continue to attend church regularly. I also started helping out in the children's church at my church, and just assisting there. My son is there and helping out as needed. So I definitely have been doing that. And for the second half of the year, I want to just definitely get even stronger with my prayer life. I want to continue to do my devotionals, pray every day, and do all of the things to just get me even closer to God and hearing His voice. And some of the things that I have been learning about is like listening prayer, and just being able to recognize and know that I hear from God, and not second guess myself and doubt myself. So there's so many things that I want to do in the second half of the year to just help me reach those goals even more, so that I can just grow in my faith and spiritually. So those are some of the things that I'm going to be doing from a faith and spiritual standpoint. And then in regards to just my personal life, my personal self-care and my health, I definitely want to eat better. So that's one of my goals, just to eat healthier, exercise more, and I definitely need to do a little bit better in that area. I'm not horrible at it, but you know, I could just do a little bit better. And a lot of it is just from being so busy working and being on the computer and on the go. So I just need to definitely make time to exercise and just make sure that I'm eating healthy. I also wanted to make sure that I travel this year, and that I make time for networking and learning and education. And so I think that I'm doing pretty well. Like I said, we had our camping trip a couple of weeks ago, and you know, just doing a lot of things, getting out there, attending networking events in person, going to conferences. So I have some more travel coming up. I'm going to be going to Atlanta for a conference. So I'm just gonna continue in that area, and then also educating myself. I love watching YouTube. I love learning from different professionals in all different areas, and people who have, you know, great opinions and great experiences. And also reading more has been definitely a big goal. So I feel pretty good about that. I have a couple of books that I'm reading, and it's just so great to expand your mind and just to help you learn and grow. So now that I've just summed up and done a full inventory of my yearly goals and where I am so far at the halfway point, the next step is just to make sure that you set actionable goals that are going to help you reach those big goals. So smaller, actionable goals that you can really put in place for this second half of the year to help reach those big goals. So I kind of went over a lot of the big goals that I'm carrying over, things that I haven't necessarily completed yet, or things that I just want to continue throughout this second half. So some of the actionable goals that I want to put in place and that I will be putting in place is just making sure that I prioritize really well as far as my time goes, learning how to say no, making sure that I can prioritize what's important and what can be put off to later at a later time. And so I'm learning that no does not mean never, it just means not right now. And so I have a problem sometimes with saying no to people, but I'm realizing that it's okay to say no because I'm working on some other things and I can just do this at a later time that's more convenient and works within my scheduling and how I'm prioritizing my tasks, whether it be for the day or the week or the month or whatever it is. A lot of times people come to me and they want things right away, and so it's definitely an emergency for them, and so I'll tend to put off what I'm doing so that I can accommodate what someone else needs. And so in this second half of the year, I'm definitely going to work on prioritizing, setting deadlines, which I'm pretty good at that, but I'm definitely going to utilize a lot of the things that I have in place. HubSpot, which helps me with project management. I have another video where I went over my processes there. So just making sure that I utilize a lot of these project management and customer relationship management tools that I have set in place at the start of the year. I'm definitely going to continue to implement that so that I can help prioritize and schedule things so that I can reach those bigger goals with actionable steps that I can do. So the third step that I'm going to take in leveling up on my goals for the second half of the year is establishing daily routines that I can carry over into this half of the year, and also new daily routines that I can establish. So some of the things that I love to do at the start of my day, I always pray and read my daily devotionals. I read the daily word, I do my Bible app, and I'm going to definitely continue to do that daily. I also love attending church on Sundays, Bible study when I can, and I also am a part of a prayer group for women, and so it is on Clubhouse, and it is Motivation in Motion. So we have a wonderful life enthusiast who is just so great. She definitely hears from God, and so my family and I have been getting on there and just doing that on Wednesdays. So that's something that I'm going to continue to do, is making sure that I am staying connected and staying in these communities and these spiritual communities that I'm a part of. Definitely making sure that I make time for my family and my friends, and I've been doing a great job of that at the start of the year, making sure that I make time to hang out with friends, set dates, set play dates for friends of my son and other moms that we're connected with, and also taking family trips. Like we just went on the camping trip. That was the family getting together. So all of those things are so important to me, and I'm going to continue that on into the second half of the year. A lot of times there's friends that you may not talk to a lot, or you talk but it's hard to get together because life gets in the way. So just making sure that I establish those routines, where maybe we even set aside a monthly outing where we can all get together and hang out. I'm also doing a lot of self-work, self-discovery, just looking at things that I can improve on personally that can help me in all areas of my life. So definitely doing that. Like I said, reading, continuing to educate myself as best I can. And then as far as setting up those daily routines, I definitely was told by someone that I need to write out my top 3 goals of the day. So this was told to me from the life enthusiasts that, you know, we're part of her community on Wednesdays. And so I have been definitely hearing about the top 3 from Erin on Demand, who you guys may know is a YouTuber that, you know, I love her content. So I'm like, okay, well that's pretty, you know, cool that she's mentioning the top 3 tasks of the day as well. So Erin has a notebook, and I bought one of her notebooks. She has a top 3 notebook that she has a company for, and so I haven't even used it yet. It's still in the package, but I always love to support other people who are doing great things. So I have my top 3 notebook, and so this is going to be a daily routine that I want to start setting, is where I'll write my top 3. So I got this color, which is like the more nude color, and it looks really great. They have a pen holder here, and then it's just a notebook where you can write your top tasks of the day and just track and keep track of where you are. So I think this is going to be really great. I'm glad to be able to support her, support other business women who are doing great things, and she's from Detroit too, like me. So definitely I'm looking forward to doing this. I love writing things down. I love having to-do lists all the time. I'm already in the habit of that, just an ongoing list of things, but this is going to focus in on just those top 3 priority tasks for the day. So that's going to be a new routine that I want to set, and that will help me to reach my larger overall goals. Not get too overwhelmed, because I have noticed that when you just look at such big goals, then it can seem overwhelming to you, especially if you have so many things that you want to do. But when you just break it up into smaller tasks, then it's more manageable and it's more doable, and you can just do those couple things, and before you know it, you're going to see yourself making so much progress to reach those large goals. So the 4th thing that I'm going to be doing to level up on my goals is checking in regularly to see where I'm at. And so I love to write things down. I think that writing things down is very powerful with manifesting what you want. And so I'm going to be checking in periodically. Sometimes I'll even write goals for the week, you know, or I'll write goals just for 30 days. And so those are things that I'll be doing periodically throughout this second half, just checking in to see where I'm at, seeing what I need to do, and just reassessing and evaluating my goals, where I'm at and what I need to be doing. And of course, when you're checking in and seeing where you're at with those goals and creating lists and doing new 30-day list goals to reach the big things, you can always reevaluate, reassess as need be. So maybe you realize that maybe this isn't what I need to be doing. Maybe I need to shift or pivot and do something else. So just checking in to make sure that you're still on the right track is always great. And the last step in leveling up on my goals for the year is to stay positive. So always stay positive. Always continue to stay motivated. That's another reason that the vision boards are great, because you can visually see where you're at and just keep yourself pumped up, motivated, and all those things. And definitely celebrate all your wins. When you win, take the time. Don't just move on and keep going and keep rushing and trying to do this and try to do that. Like, definitely be present and just take time to celebrate all the great things that you have done at the first half of the year and all the things that you're doing along the way. So that is it, guys. That is my top 5 things that I'm going to be focused on and doing for the second half of the year so that I can level up on my goals. So hopefully this was helpful, and share with me any tips that you have, because it's always great to learn from each other and get some insight and some tips. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next one. Thank you. Bye.